guest today is Nicolas Bello. Nicolas, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again. I met you in Montevideo.
In NetConf there. So
which was a great conference.
yeah. Yes. I went to there for the last 2 years, and it was really great conference. So.
Hold that a little closer because it's getting loud here.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
So, I am software developer. Like, I think that everyone in the show is is a developer,
Not
right?
necessarily.
Well,
we have like
mostly
DevOps guys,
Well,
and infrastructure people.
I have a bit of both because I do some things of DevOps, but I work at Softworks, which is a Buenos Aires and United States company. We usually work with Microsoft. I also am a Microsoft MVP and Google Developer Expert because of the web
good
front.
Mix of skills.
Yeah.
And you've been speaking a lot about progressive web apps, correct?
Yes, lately I'm working a bit with that. I really enjoyed the topic. For example, in the NetConf in Uruguay and also in Colombia, I work with and I present a session with it was an introduction session about that, and also a workshop where we show some things about how to create a progressive web, doing offline support and all that kind of stuff, right?
Can you tell us what is a progressive web app?
So progressive webs is like the modern way to create a website, let's say, in first. The thing is, nowadays there are a lot of custom or a lot of new standards that are giving us as developers new tools to create awesome apps, right? It's not just websites, but also apps. It's as you can say. The thing is, for example, you can add offline support. So if you have low connectivity or something like that, it will still work. The application you can still navigate and all that. And that's thanks for to the service worker and the manifest also, and also you can install the website as an app. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's an instant.
What's the advantage of installing a website as an app over just running it in the browser?
Sorry.
What is the advantage of installing a website as an app?
Well,
if I can just open my browser and run it as well.
The thing is, you usually want to have for example, you want to have quick access to the site.
Okay.
That's one of the options. But not only that, because most users want to have some native applications, for example. The effort that is made or that is necessary for us as developers to create a native app and an additional progressive app or a site, let's say, just is it's a bit complex because you need to know, for example, Objective-C for iPhone and that kind of operating systems. And then you need Java for Android, and HTML and JavaScript for web, right?
Yep.
So the thing is,
plus all of the capabilities of the phone itself.
Yeah.
How to access the camera or the microphone and all that stuff.
Nowadays there are a lot of standards that help us to access that kind of features from the browser itself, right? Yes. So you don't need to actually install the application, but it's great to help us giving the experience, a great experience for the users using this kind of technologies, right?
Okay. So a progressive web app, if I understand it, is an application that can run in a browser, that can run offline, unlike most browser applications, and that can be installed as a native client application.
Yeah. Basically, with that scenario, the thing is that you can, for example, we can start navigating in a site, and let's say that you want to visit, for example, a newsletter or something like that, and you visit frequently, right? And the thing is, at some point you will get a pop-up that say something like, do you want to add this site or this application to your home screen? Most users, if they are always going to that site and that, they want to add it to the home screen, and it's really useful for that kind of scenarios. The thing is that by doing that and by ensuring a great performance and things like that, you can also improve your cells and the experience of all the users with that kind of technologies and things, right?
What kind of tools do you use to create a progressive web app?
Well, the basics are just the browser, the JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, right?
Oh.
That's the basic. You don't need...
You could use Notepad to build
Yeah,
this thing.
exactly. So, but in addition to that, you usually use something like Visual Studio Code because it's awesome.
I'll pass
also,
that on. Somebody on this campus wrote that.
Yeah. And also, for example, Edge have support and have a few tooling for I don't know, like debugging and things like that, and also Chrome have retooling. And that kind of tools
all
are...
the browsers. Firebug was the original one, I think.
Yeah.
Firefox.
So that you can go with just that, and then you can use, for example, Gulp, Grant, and NPM scripts and things like that to automate some things like creating the service worker. You have some tooling for automating that file, for example.
Okay. So there aren't frameworks that you need to download and use, things like React Native, for example, or something like that?
Yeah, no. Initially, you don't need anything like that because they are just web standards, right? So it's really cool because of that.
Yeah.
But you don't need anything. The thing is, with the work and everything, day by day, new tools are appearing. Like, for example, Chrome absorbed it now, but there was a tool that it was called Lighthouse. It was an audit tooling for sites that have some kind of checklist for progressive webs. So it's what's cool on that. And also there is a tool that, the one that generates the service worker, caching all the files on that is called Workbook or something like that. Workbox, I think. Okay. So there are tooling and things like that, but it's something really new in particular. So I think that there are a lot of space for new tooling in the future.
Okay. It sounds like you're not using a lot of that tooling. You're writing native HTML, JavaScript, CSS right inside of VS Code. Is that fair?
Yeah, it depends on the project and on some kind. For example, for some scenarios, I like writing plain JavaScript without frameworks. For other scenarios, I like using Angular, the latest version, or React, or something like that, and using that for the application itself, not for the
Those just help you to organize a large application.
Yeah.
Not necessarily progressive app.
Yeah,
frameworks.
exactly. And then, all the tooling on that, I'm using that for in some scenarios too, because, for example, nowadays there are a lot of tooling. There are a lot of tooling for example, minifying JS files, CSS, and all that, right?
Okay.
So.
All right. Again, tooling that's just designed to help you do JavaScript development.
Yeah.
Not necessarily progressive apps.
Yeah.
If our viewers want to learn more about creating their own progressive web apps, where's a good place to start?
Oh, that's a great question. I always have that answer for Spanish because I wrote the work. I forget the word. Well, I write a bit about that, but the thing is,
on your blog.
yes, I need to write a bit more.
Okay.
But yes, I have a blogging.
Send me a link to your blog, or tell the people your blog, and that'll be incentive for you to start writing more.
Yeah, I need to write, especially in English.
Where is your blog?
Well, now I have one in Medium. Well, my nickname is Bello Cam.
Okay.
So it's simple.
Send us a link and we'll put that in the show
I will
notes.
send you. So I write there about a lot of stuff because I like working with different technologies and that, right? Yeah. So well, that's basically it. And in English, you have the Mozilla side, the Angular, the Chrome side, the Edge side. They have information about progressive webs.
Okay.
So that's a good place to start.
Nicolas, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Technology gave me the ability to know a lot of new persons in my work and in the community. For example, we are now in the MVP Summit. I knew a lot of new friends by giving talks, sharing my knowledge about the technology. So I'm really happy with that. I really love technology, and it gave me a lot of new friends. Like, I really appreciate that.